From Muntin, quote, Obama is as big of a Zionist as any neocon is. His tolerance of the Palestinian cause is nothing but rhetoric, and he's blatantly proven that already. If he was anti-Jewish, he would be talking about Israel's 200 nukes and their constant tendencies for violence rather than blatantly lying about an irrelevant country like Iran. The entire war in the Middle East was planned by the corporate gov complex through PENAC, which consumes his cabinet. No wonder he's expanding the war, unquote. Oh, how absurd. Barack Hussein Osama is a Muslim. He is a Muslim Jew hater. He is a Muslim America hater and a Muslim white hater. He is a Muslim who was elected to the presidency through the greatest deception and con job in American history. And by the way, you say Palestinian cause. There are no Palestinians. There's no such thing as Palestine. There never has been. The land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. The whole land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. There are no Palestinians. There is no Palestine. Those are Arabs. Those are Arabs, and they already have 22 big Arab countries with most of the world's oil resources surrounding tiny little Israel, and you want to destroy little Israel. You use the word Zionist, and you're against Israel's very existence. I mean, you want to destroy little Israel. So I'm glad at least the Jews see what a Nazi animal like you is really all about. And now we go to Captain Boo Boo, who writes, and I quote, the Jewish spy, Jonathan Pollard, advised the U.S. government never to allow any Jews access to their secured files because the first loyalty would always be to the communists and Zionists. The AIPAC spies Steve Rosen and Keith Weissman were allowed to skate free because the Jews have enjoyed total control of the U.S. economy since 1913, unquote. If they have total control of the U.S. economy, why was Jonathan Pollard given the harshest sentence by far in American history? He was convicted of passing classified information to an ally, Israel. Information which Israel was supposed to get anyway under treaty agreements that were made. Under the 1983 Israel-America Mutual Security Agreement. Jonathan Pollard passed information on to Israel that was actually good for America, that Israel had access to that information, about Muslim terrorist activity. And he got life in prison without parole? People who spy for enemies of the United States usually don't get life in prison without parole. No one who ever spied for an ally ever got anything close to Jonathan Pollard's sentence. And he has been in prison now for 26 years or 27 years? If the Jews controlled everything, how did he get into that situation? I mean, it's the most obscene miscarriage of justice imaginable. And it proves that, if anything, the U.S. judiciary is anti-Semitic, very anti-Semitic. The Pollard case was a case of pure anti-Semitism. And you say that he warned the CIA not to allow Jews. But you make, you vicious Nazi scum, make these things up as you go along. You just make up things. And you said that the Jews are going to be loyal to the communists. You're loyal to the communists. Nazis like you are loyal to the communists. The Nazis and the communists had an alliance between Stalin and Hitler during World War II. Nazis like you are loyal to the communists. You're a traitor to the United States. You should be executed for treason. Jonathan Pollard is a hero. He's a hero for the Jews, and he's a hero for America, because he wanted to save the United States of America and save the Western world from Islamic terrorism, which you support because you're a traitor, and you should be hanged. And now we go to Star 1776, who writes, and I quote, I have to respect Weiss. It's rabbis like these who hold the Torah and law of God. The truth is that most of the Jewish community is far from dedicated to biblical law and has become the tool of AIPAC in a world of evils. Look at 9/11, and who was behind it? Not Jews, evil Zionists, and this agenda of persecution. Now we're involved in horrible wars of all of this foolish and deadly agenda right on rabbis, unquote. Oh, the AIPAC, and now, I don't. By the way, I don't like AIPAC because they're not really pro-Israel. But sick Nazi animals like you're blaming the Jews and the Zionists supposedly for 9/11. It was the Muslim Nazis that you support and suck up to, you cowardly traitor. It was the Muslim Nazis that you support that murdered people on 9/11. And they would even cut your throat, but you're such a sick, evil, detestable worm that you refuse to see reality because you're a detestable worm. And it's a disgrace that you use the term Star 1776. You're not a patriot, you're a traitor. You're a coward and a traitor. You're the scum of the earth. You're the scum of the earth, and I hope the Muslims do cut your throat, you filthy traitor. The Jews are the only hope for the survival of any nation. I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curse thee. And any Jew who goes against Israel is also a traitor. Weiss. He's the scum of the earth. He's another cockroach like you are. And he'll be destroyed together with you and together with anybody who goes against the word of God and the word of the Bible, which is that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people in its eternity, and anyone who goes against that is going against God.